Looks good. Cool. So it's widely known that Donald Trump believes global warming is a hoax. What do you see the consequences to the planet in the next 4 to 8 years?
I mean, we're already
on
the
path.
carbon
I mean,
threshold.
yeah. It's
It's a
already
whirling,
been set in stone.
like garbage island in the Pacific Ocean. We're losing multiple animals a year, like completely.
And this has all already been
This
occurring.
the third
The more and
hottest
more we
year on
deny
record
it,
now. Like,
the more and more we run the risk of getting closer and closer to raising the percentage of our temperature on this entire planet.
we got Mars. That's it. We got Mars to look forward to. We can ruin another planet.
Just keep bouncing along.
So Hillary has said that Donald Trump deserves a chance to lead and an open mind. Is she just saying that?
I mean, she's invested in the entire American process, so of course she would say that. Like, she can't not say that. She has to appear as a gracious politician.
In order to win the race, or like have a chance, in order to even do
If
so,
she even
you
wants a
have
seat
to
at the
be able to
table
pander and
afterwards,
cater
she's
to
gonna have to
everyone.
if she wants to maintain any kind of political influence.
If she wants anyone to back her, yeah, she absolutely has to.
What do you see the consequences to people's daily lives being after 4 or 8 years of Donald Trump here in Philly and in the rest of the country?
Well, starting with terror. I mean, everyone's terrified. We can start there, right? I mean, the fact that so many people have already, the fact that there's a presidential election that involves a suicide helpline is terrifying. The fact that so many people are obviously afraid to leave their houses. The fact that so many people called off work because they fear for their lives and for their families. I mean, hell, that's a terrible place to start, right? That feels like where we're at.
And I mean, like, I haven't seen swastikas in my neighborhood in 5 years. Like, the Antifa chased them all out of, like, North Philly a while ago. Like, 'cause I remember seeing swastikas all the time, like, back, like, 5, 6 years ago. And there's still, like, skinheads and shit out there. But, like, they kept it under wraps. And then, like, just in the last 2 days, all of a sudden, every train stop up, like, north of Girard has swastikas at it.
The fact that people are concerned about whether or not they have to buy tickets home. When has that been home for anyone? They flocked here for a reason, for a new start. They couldn't have maybe possibly been there for decades or more, and then they have to consider that going back home. This is their home. This is all of our home, and we need to fight for it. Starting there, starting with the terror, I mean, that's just something that all we can do is build on, because we're gonna lose our fundamental rights. I mean, it's already being set in motion. It's happening.
And I mean, almost none of that has to do with Trump himself anyway. It's the
No,
fact
it's
that
the president.
it's the fact that the whole, like, the House,
Exactly.
like,
It's
they all went
all of it.
Republican.
Mhm.
And, like, everybody's, like, so hyped up on it every 4 years instead of just, like, getting involved in local politics, going to community meetings, starting community gardens, like, actively engaging in their community. Because, like, even those people that, like, voted for Trump, they're in your community, and if you actively engage them and make them see you as a person and force them to, like, come out as people, like, everybody starts to get on the same page. And that's the problem, is, like, nobody, like, everyone sits at home in their echo chambers, and they don't, like, get involved with their neighborhoods on a local level.
That's exactly it. And the only thing that we can actually try to look at as being positive from this is that so many people have potentially had that realization. And it's just fantastic to see that any kind of good measure and positivity can possibly stem from such monstrous territory that we're in right now. The fact that people can actually start to be able to realize how important it is to get involved with their local government is crucially important now more than ever, and people have to make those steps.
Well, it's like anybody can run for these, like, small public office things and start to have that modicum of power. And the problem is, it's always been these, like, disinterested kind of, like, parties who just do it to, like, help out their friends when, like, we could be in there helping out our friends.
Right. That's the only motion forward. That's it.
What else do you have to say to the people at home?
Don't give up faith. Go out of your way. You need to make the motions. You need to communicate with the people around you. It doesn't have to be your best friends, because hell, we all know how they're feeling, but you need to step out. You need to reach out to others. You need to be able to spread the word on the cause and start actually getting involved to be able to actually perpetuate things forward. The gears are being set in motion. We've just got to actually take the initiative and the step and not give up.
And lastly, people were holding signs saying Donald Trump, rapist. Do you think women will be safe in the White House?
Within his presidency, It's a terrifying thought, but women aren't safe ever. And all this is doing is just furthering empowering people with the mentalities that women don't deserve to be safe. So all we can do is stand up against that. All we can do is just put our foot down and stand strong and stand with our heads held high and stand together.
Very cool. Do you mind if we use this footage?
Yeah.
Yeah.